I'm Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Oh, good morning, Frederick. I hope I can brighten your day. That's the plan every single morning. Today is Thursday, June 20th, and I'm grateful to be your host, Dani Gurry. Good Morning Frederick podcast should now be available on most platforms. You can certainly listen at promocircus.com. If you just click on Everything Frederick Live, you will see it available there along with the calendar of events. Now, Apple takes the most time. I don't know why it's got to be so complex, but I think we're on iHeart now, Spotify, and Amazon Music. So on the show today, I'm excited to celebrate National Ice Cream Float Day. I had to go to an expert, of course. Michelle Schaffer, the owner of North Market Pop Shop, will be joining us live, which should be fun and interesting. And I hang out with Kate from Minuteman Press and offices at Bent's and find out how she got from working with disadvantaged youth in LA to coming back home to Frederick to open a print shop with her dad. Bob Miller and Chris Michaels join me from WFMD's Morning News Express for news, weather, and sports. Plus, as always, I've got all the events. Now, I ran into somebody just the other day who was like, what is this show all about? Well, it's quite simply about Frederick. It's about the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, the thing that makes us love this town. That's what I love about it. And the more people I talk with, and the more I ask them, what are the three things you love about this town? The more I realize it's pretty consistent across the board. A lot of it is the people. And I just love being able to give a platform to the people who may not always get it, or maybe highlight somebody you've never heard of before. I can tell you, as connected as I felt I was in this community, there are a ton of people I did not know, and that's a great thing. I think this town's got a lot to offer, and there's so many wonderful people in it. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll be alerted. Make sure you click that bell. You'll be alerted every time we're live, which is 9 a.m. weekdays. And, we post all of our content there, and we post the individual segments separately as well. So perhaps there was somebody you saw a few weeks ago and you can't quite remember what show it was or what day. You can search and you should be able to find them on our channel quite easily. I also have playlists. So I've tried to separate out like all coffee houses or things to do in Frederick or local politics or FCPS, so that anytime we're talking about those subjects, it's all in one little playlist. So, of course, the Good Morning Frederick playlist is all the Good Morning Frederick shows. So have a look through the YouTube channel. I think you'll find it really helpful. And, I think the show is really something needed. We don't have any shows completely dedicated to Frederick. So I hope you enjoy. Sit back, relax. You can watch anytime, and it lives forever, which is great. All right, let's go ahead and get this Thursday started. As always, want to thank We Help You Move, whether you're moving across the street or anywhere around the country. Nicholas and his team of moving experts can help you. Reach out to them. They've got some great tips on how to declutter and easiest ways to pack and things you should think about while you're packing. And I have never seen someone pack a truck like Nick and his team can. I'm telling you, it is Tetris at the highest level. Make sure to use every single ounce of space so nothing is wasted, which I love. We Help You Move is veteran owned and a great supporter of the Frederick community. And he will pretty much help you do anything. If you need a couch moved from upstairs to the basement, he's done that for me. And actually, I just referred him to a friend of mine. And he's moving furniture around for them too. So maybe you're getting something delivered and you need to get it up to the third floor. Contact Nick. He will certainly help you if he can. And WeHelpYouMove.com is a great source of information for that. Okay, I think I've heard them click in. And so let's move on over to what's happening in news, weather, and sports. Oh, good morning to Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD's Morning News Express. How are you guys?
The boys are back in town.
I love it. I love it.
For another day. Look at my hair again, man.
I know. I'm kind of having a hair thing too today.
Right? You guys are really trying to rub this whole hair thing in, aren't you? Look, I'll have you know, it's 100 degrees this week. Okay, I'm the lucky one. I'm the one that doesn't have all his hair covered in my head, so it won't be as hot.
Yeah, I know, but if you're anything like my husband, that head is just sweaty all the time. Got that glisten.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting when you try to eat lunch and sweat drips into your food. It's pretty gross.
So I mean, the real issue is that I sleep on this side of my head, right? So I'm a side sleeper, so this is like everywhere, and then this area, and it's now in place. It never moves. Even if when I wash it and try to comb it and put the gunk in it, it still just kind of does its own thing, and I'm like, oh my goodness gracious.
Well, it's funny because this is the only time you've ever had to worry about this in about 30 years, I think.
I know.
When you're on.
And I'm really having trepidation about it. Is that the word I'm looking for? I'm having an issue with that. Maybe I'll just do this with the microphone and we'll talk.
Yeah, there we go.
We're fine.
You and those big words,
good.
Bob. Yeah. These words I never understand on the air, and I'm sitting here using these words. I'm trying to comment on stuff, and I'm having to Wikipedia these words so I know what the heck they mean. Half the time I can't even spell the words he uses. I'm trying to look up.
Okay,
I love it.
We'll get you the word of the day calendar.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, very good. Very good. Well, I know, Chris, you said you're going on vacation soon.
Speaking of hot, yes, we are going to Disney. And when I think about how much money I spent on that package, I get heartburn. But yes, we're going to be away for 10 days, going to Disney, staying at Disney Hotel. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to spending time with the family.
Yes, very nice.
You're like 15 hours in a car.
Yeah, we're screaming kids every 5 minutes. I got to use the bathroom, and that's just me complaining because, well, I'm middle-aged now. My bladder's not like it used to be. So there you go.
Oh, my.
The family show, man. The family
show.
Oh,
that's right. It's a family show. I forgot. We're not shock jocks. Okay. So we better head to news, huh?
Oh, yeah. I think we need to put a GoPro in that car on the way down.
Nobody wants to see me for 15 hours this face, believe me. So, yeah.
All right. What's happening locally in news?
All right. So the news for today is June 20th, 2024. Two amendments to the Frederick County's charter will go to the voters for a decision in November following a vote by County Council on Tuesday. Now, one of the amendments that generated a lot of discussion would allow the council to remove a department director, agency, or office head with at least 5 votes by council members after a public hearing. It's sponsored by Councilman Mason Carter, who me and Bob had on the show many times, very bright young man. It's very seldom that local or county governments look to the federal government for guidance on operating. However, this amendment would align our powers with federal impeachment powers, he said. Now, Councilwoman Renee Knapp said she's concerned about comparing the process to impeachment. So I thought it was interesting that you mentioned impeachment because I haven't thought of that. That's a very political process. How do you sort of reconcile that between the personal issues or qualifications, Knapp said. So there you go. Vote coming up for that. Let's see. There were no injuries from a house fire in Frederick on Wednesday afternoon. The Division of Fire and Rescue Services says that around 1:20 p.m., firefighters were dispatched to the 1500 block of Cary Place. Personnel arriving on the scene saw smoke coming from the roof of a 2-story duplex. Man, that's scary. They entered the home and found a fire in the attic. The 3 adults in one unit and one resident in a neighboring unit could get out safely. Firefighters helped one of the residents locate their cat, fire officials say. So there you go. See? Yeah,
Gotta get a cat, man. Gotta get a cat.
That's right.
Those townhouses and duplexes, it's so scary because when you have a fire in one unit, it could damage the next 2 or 3 units next to them. So it's very, very scary.
For sure.
But thank goodness nobody was hurt, including the cat, which is great news.
That's
not so
perfect story, Chris.
Yeah. Ba-dum-bum.
I probably should have ended that story so we can end on a higher note, but I didn't do that. A not so good story. A drunk driver hit a Maryland State Trooper on the outer loop of 495 in Montgomery County early yesterday morning. One woman was arrested, but good news was no injuries were reported, so that officer is okay. Yes, the man who shot and paralyzed, now this story is going back 20 years ago. The man who shot and paralyzed a Montgomery County police officer more than 20 years ago will not be getting out of prison. The Maryland Parole Commission has denied parole for Terrence Green. He was sentenced to life behind bars plus 20 years for shooting Officer Kyle Ollinger. I'm not sure if you all remember the stories before I moved here, but police say Ollinger was shot in the neck during a traffic stop in Silver Spring on August 13th, 2003. The bullet severed his spinal cord and left him paralyzed, man, from the chest down. Montgomery County Police say Officer Ollinger was obviously an inspiration and a testament to resilience until he passed away on April 18th in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it reminds you what our first responders have to go through, never knowing what the day can bring them. And unfortunately, this officer here was paralyzed for doing his job.
Yeah, terrible.
Yes. Take a look at weather. Hot, hot, hot. Today we'll get to a high of 92 with partly cloudy skies. Good news is no rain in sight today. Tomorrow, again, it's going to be hot. We'll get to a high of 96. Now, if you think that's hot, take a look at the weekend. It'll be even hotter. On Saturday, we could reach the century mark at 100 and then 98 on Sunday. So please make sure out there you stay hydrated, not just water, but make sure you drink Gatorade, Powerade, replenish those electrolytes. You lose all that sweat. You need those electrolytes. Check on the elderly, and for crying out loud, make sure you bring your pets inside.
Yes.
There
And
you
don't
go.
leave anything in a car.
Oh, my.
No.
Danny, it's so sad that we have to remind people about that. But,
I know.
you bring it up. It's a sad thing you see on the news all the time. People leaving pets, children in the car. Yes, come on, people. Let's seriously.
Even for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
My daughter actually had a car. She was leased. That when you turned the car off, it had a little thing that showed up on the dashboard. It said, "Did you leave anything in the back?"
Yeah,
Really?
My mom's Honda does that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of maybe a good idea.
Yeah, if you open the back doors at all, it reminds you that something might be back there. Yep.
But again, how sad that you have to have something like that, really.
Well, yeah, exactly. Oh, boy. All right, how's sports? What's happening?
Well, big night for the Orioles and the Nationals yesterday. Cedric Mullins hit a tie-breaking single in the 10th inning. They had to go extra innings, so you got your money's worth there in the Bronx. The Orioles took Game 2 of a 3-game set, 7-6, and a wild finish on Wednesday night. The Orioles rebounded against the Yankees, and they won for the 19th time in 26 games. Rubber matches this afternoon. Orioles hope to get a little bit closer against the Yankees, who sit on top of the American League East. The Nationals defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks 3-1 last night. Washington has won 9 of 11 overall, 7 of the last 8 at home. They've got another great game tonight, this afternoon. It's a 3-game series concludes today. Afternoon at Nats Park. Oh, I got a little bit of a cough, boss. I got to go home and jump on the metro and head down to Nats Park. The L.A. Kings and the Capitals have traded some players. The Capitals sent goaltender Darcy Kempner to the L.A. Kings for forward Pierre-Luc Dubois and a trade of high-priced, underachieving players. Now, Kepner played for the Capitals for 3 years on a 5-year, $26 million deal, and he really was a backup for another goalie, so that might be a good news for the Capitals. Trenton Thunder raced out to an early lead. They added insurance runs late. The Keys got beat yesterday 8-3 in Trenton. Keys made 4 errors and struck out 12 times. And a little bit closer to home also, the FC Frederick team was beat by the Alexandria Reds yesterday by a score of 5-0. They're now 4-4 in the season and have lost 3 straight.
Wow, I wish I got paid a lot of money to be an underachiever. I'd be really rich if I got paid to be an underachiever, man.
Well,
Jeez.
I mean, I think when you're backup to the backup, too, you're probably happy to get traded, maybe get some playing time. So.
Right.
Well, yeah, and sometimes, a new venue, a new team does somebody very well.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's happened every time the Orioles trade somebody. In the old days, they'd go off and do great things when they were not great here. So, yeah.
And for my friend Dani, I just want to let you know I am cheering 100% for the O's because as a fan of the New York Mets, I hate the Yankees. So let's go O's.
All right. So this is the one time a year. I like it.
And I'm glad you have air conditioning, Dani.
Yes, I do. And the house is nice and cool, thankfully, especially before this weekend. Oh, that would be terrible, terrible stuff. Well, look, we appreciate you guys stopping in this morning and every morning right here. And you guys have a wonderful day. Stay cool, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you, Dani. Have a safe trip, Chris. We'll see you back in 10 days.
Bob.
See you later. Oh. Driving to Florida. I don't know. I don't think I've ever driven to Florida, actually. I've driven cross country before from California, or to and from California, but I don't think I've ever gone to Florida. Certainly not with kids either. So I have been to, we went to Disney one time. Have you guys been to Disney World? I've been to Disneyland too as well. But I'm just not a theme parky kind of person anymore. I don't know. The crowds, the people, just not for me. All right. Today is National Ice Cream Float Day, and I'm so excited to bring on Michelle from North Market Pop Shop. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Look at us using technology. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I hope you weren't waiting for me. I was like, oh, look, it needs me to put my name on there.
It was perfect timing. Perfect timing as always. I love it. So Michelle is the owner of North Market Pop Shop. If you have not been, you are missing out, my friends. Not only will you find things that will make your childhood memories come alive with some of the retro candy, but how many different flavors of soda do you guys have?
I think right now we probably have right around 500.
Wow. I mean, the shelves are stocked with sodas from everywhere. I was there yesterday so that we could bring this to you today, but this is the shop. What's the address, Michelle?
241 North Market Street, Frederick,
Yes.
Maryland.
And she's got this whole, the extra space you guys got that back like right before 2020, wasn't it?
Yes, we knocked down a wall March 2020.
I've talked to so many people.
To get into a very small space.
Yes. So this whole extra space is filled to the brim with goodies and delights. So, and tons of sodas. Some cold, some ready to be taken home and put in the fridge. I saw people buying a bunch yesterday when I was there. But Ice Cream Float Day, you guys are, I think, pretty well known for one of the best in Frederick. I don't know where else you can even get one, but I went and the girls made me 3 different ones. You can customize it however you want, right?
Yes, you can choose any ice cream and any soda, mix and match, add toppings, flavors, whatever.
Yeah. I think I had the first one, I think, was with the sprinkles. So originally I thought it was the red, white, and blue because it is kind of red and blue, but I think this is more of a Pride one, right?
Yeah, this is the one that we have most every year for Pride because it's got the cotton candy and the frosty blue cream. It makes a really
Yes,
nice
yes.
color scheme. And
Yes, I love it. And the whipped cream, I mean, just puts it is literally the icing on the cake. I love it. And then I got the sprinkles on top, which
yes,
were excellent.
oh, we do
Um,
some sprinkles.
how long have you guys been? I think we used to come into the radio station too on Ice Cream Float Day, and we'd talk about it. But is this a kind of a big day for you? Do you guys promote it or do anything special?
We talk about it mainly, and we usually give away sprinkles because we love adding sprinkles to everything, and it's usually right before Pride, and so it's a great time to like sort of get people to know that when it's really hot down on the creek, that they should come up and visit us and
Yes.
get away from the crowds for a little bit. We even have
Yes.
you can even pre-order your ice cream online now through
Oh,
our
wow.
so that you don't even have to wait in line at the shop. And so it's just, yeah, we usually have something special, but I don't know exactly what she's decided on today. I know we're making for this week, we are definitely making something called a nerdy blue slushy.
Oh.
So it's got some, it's our blue raspberry ice, some Sprite, and some nerds in it.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it so much. Well, North Market Pop Shop is really truly just an icon. I think I was there recently. You celebrated 10 years?
Yes,
That's
we are in our 11th year. We did 10 years. Last October was when we had been.
yeah.
As long as I've had the shop.
Right, right,
It's been around
exactly.
for a year or two longer than that, but not necessarily in its what we look like right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's and I of course enjoyed the classic root beer float, which was absolutely delicious. And it's funny, it was warm outside, but I made it all the way up Market Street to the home of everything Frederick, and was able to scoop out some ice cream left in my root beer float. So it was lovely. It was fantastic. What is happening? Is there anything special going on in the next, few weeks? I know you guys are so busy right now, and I know you said you're doing warehouse stuff yesterday and covering in the shop itself. But where can people find out like what's happening with North Market Pop Shop?
Well, usually we post to our Instagram and Facebook, just End Market Pop Shop on Instagram and North Market Pop Shop on Facebook. But coming up, I mean, besides the fact that, of course, it's the 4th of July and Pride, we also are usually the place where you can get all your merchandise for the high wheel race. That's going
I
to happen.
actually saw the T-shirts there. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yes, we try to get we usually sell out. So as soon as we have them in stock, we get them out there so that people can be ready to have a really great time at the high wheel race. It's one of the, all of the merchants in downtown Frederick like it, even though it closes the street down for a day, just because it's just brings in tons of people from all over the, country and riders from across the world, and it's just a really great event for like the whole family, even the
I,
little
I
bikes and things like that. So
Yes. Well, I have a confession to make. I have never been in downtown Frederick for the high wheel race ever.
oh no.
I'm going to be there this year though because I mean it's the only one of its kind in the world. I think certainly in the country,
Yeah.
and I think it's phenomenal that we hosted here in Frederick, and I definitely want to be a part of it. I can't wait for it. I think it's July 13th. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So we will be talking a lot about that coming up in the next week or so. But so do you stay open during that time?
Oh yes, we're open. We open a little early on that side to make sure people can get their T-shirts and posters, because a lot of people will pre-order and come pick up. And we have it all. We'll have it all online. I think we're going to be getting the T-shirts in the upcoming week, and the posters
Nice.
are done, and I'll be having those online too. So there's usually a really cool like collectible poster, and Ellen Byrne did the art for it this year. So
Nice.
it should be
She's excellent. She is
Yes.
amazing. She did a lot of work when with the United Way when I was on the board there. She's really talented. So that's exciting. Okay, so we need to come to you for our high wheel race merch and a poster. You can order online. How convenient is that? And stop by today. What are your hours today?
Today we are open from about 11:30 till 9.
Okay, stop by today, get your ice cream float at North Market Pop Shop right in downtown Frederick. You can't miss it. Beautiful blue painted building, and we really appreciate you joining us today. And we'll have you back. Maybe we'll have you back about a week before the high wheel and see what's happening.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to definitely look at all of the good stuff we have for that, for sure.
Yes, fantastic. All right, Michelle, thanks so much. Have an awesome
Thank
day,
you
and
very
I'll
much.
talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, see ya. That is phenomenal. I can't wait for the high wheel race this year. It's going to be fun. And again, my first time ever. I know it's terrible, terrible. I feel horrible admitting it. All right, coming up after the quick break, we're going to cover the events happening in Frederick. And Kate moved home to Frederick from LA to run a print shop. How did that happen? Well, we'll find out in just a minute.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
Ah, yes. Don't forget about those promo codes. Always looking to save you a little money. All right. Giveaways. The Thurmont Firemen's Carnival. The parade is tonight. I'm sure the streets are already set up with a bunch of chairs, but I was told it doesn't matter where you are. You can get a great view and get candy. Kids can get some candy there, and I think that's at 6:30 tonight. The carnival is on through Saturday, so head on up to Thurmont to support Guardian Hose Company's largest fundraiser. And let's show you what's available to give away right now. Deadline is tomorrow for your 1-month unlimited spray tan from Glow by B. Just text TAN, and of course 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs, and winner is selected each week. So you can text 888-465-2944 to enter to win those prizes. All right, let's talk about what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar. It's Birria Thursday at Taco Bar, located at West Point Plaza on Route 40, right between 40 and alternate 40. Birria is slow-cooked shredded beef, served a variety of ways. The most common one is on tacos with melted cheese and paired with consomme. It's like the beef broth you can dip in, made from the same birria juices. You can get tacos, queso birria, pizza birria, torta birria, birria fries, and more. Remember, this birria is only available on Thursdays at Taco Bar because it takes a long time to cook the meat and they want to make sure it is perfect. Again, tacobar1.com is the website. All right, if you want to know what's happening in Frederick, you got to get yourself the Everything Frederick calendar. You can access it by going to promocircus.com, clicking on Everything Frederick, and then you'll see the calendar of events and the podcast that you can access right from the website. I added some more stuff yesterday, thanks to everyone who emails me your event. You can send your event to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. Let's look at what is happening today you click on the agenda view. That way you can see easily day by day what is happening. Coming up in just about half hour is Summerfest Family Theater. It goes from 10 to 10:45 every Thursday in June, July, and August. It's really great. The kids love it. They're performers from clowns to magicians to singers and songwriters. And it's really, really a great time. Plus, the kids get to run around and dance and play in the park, and you can maybe get 5 minutes to sit down and relax. And sometimes it's nice to take a blanket and maybe a lunch you can have afterwards. Really, really great. That is presented by Celebrate Frederick. There is also, obviously, it is Thursday, so Alive at 5 is tonight with Karen Jonas. That kicks off at 5 p.m., 5 until 8. $6 at the gate, $6 beverages. They do have free water, so keep yourself hydrated. Karen Jonas is Modern Americana. Looks like the food trucks tonight are Sabor de Cuba and Boxcar Burger. Brewer's Alley takes the beer, and the tap takeover is from Idiom Brewing Company. And what that usually means is Idiom will bring a couple of their beers to serve as well. Atomic 97 takes care, beer and wine has the wine for tonight, and McClintock and 10th Ward do cocktails on tap, and they're usually quite good. I had one last time. I just don't like how it's just a little tiny serving. I know it's higher alcohol, I guess, maybe, but it's tiny. Also tonight, Poorhouse Trivia at X Golf. I haven't been to X Golf yet. Have you been there? I'd love to hear what you think, because apparently it's not just about golf, or if you're a non-golfer, you can go and enjoy as well. But you can certainly enjoy some trivia. It is every Thursday from I have 6:30 to 9. 6:30 to 9. You can go play some trivia at X Golf. I think they have I have the link to their Facebook event, and that looks like a lot of fun. And I know that there's a lot of trivia team people out there who are quite good at the game. Not me. No. All right, and then you can look through, obviously, the rest of the calendar to find out what is happening. Don't forget Sunday afternoon, 3:30, the home of everything Frederick. Mama Cone and I are going to go make these red, white, and blue sea glass trees. I don't even know how these things are put together, but they're so cool. I can't wait to go do that on Sunday, and join us if you can. I'm not sure if there's space available, but hopefully there are a couple of spots still left, but we'd love to see you for that. And then the summer concert series is in Baker Park at 7 o'clock, so you can come do your sea glass tree and then head down to Baker Park and hear the Lana Spence Band. And that is also presented by Celebrate Frederick. On, what did I want? There was something on Monday I wanted to, no, maybe it was the Sunday night thing. Yeah, Sunday night thing. All right. And then coming up on June 27th, our friends at the Frederick Floral Bar, let me see what time that is. That is right here. 5 o'clock, 5 until 6:30, Bouquets and Bubbly is happening at the Frederick Floral Bar. You get to make you get flower arranging and champagne, and everything is provided. And you can learn from Stacy on how to create stunning bouquets. And they'll teach you how to organize and put it all together. It is great, even if you're a beginner or a pro. And the workshop is perfect for anyone looking to unleash creativity. And that is $50 the ticket, and you get a full bouquet and champagne on your way out. That's fantastic. I would love that. And her shop is right on Market Street, South Market Street, in the old Landis Jewelers location. And you should check that out. And one more reminder, the Flying Cows Basketball Summer Camp is the weeks of July 15th and July 22nd. If you had a good time seeing the cows this year and you want to learn from them or your kids want to learn from them, you can sign up for that. And if you didn't see the cows this year, you've got to mark your calendar for March next year. It's so much fun. We have a great time, and the kids really enjoy it. All right, to get the links for these and all other events, again, you can text calendar to 888-465-2944, or just go to promocircus.com and click on Everything Frederick Live and Events. All right, one more quick break, and then you're going to meet Kate from Minuteman Press. And she is she's got a very cool story. And I really had a good time chatting with her the other day. All right, we're coming up right after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
Yes, the real estate goddess. Love it. A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and it's right here in Frederick. So not far at all. And if you need a quote, you need to contact Sandra and her team at A&S Construction. You can call 301-703-2157, and you can email info@ansconstruction.net. Maybe you've noticed your roofing, some tiles are pulling up, or your siding, some's pulled out, or it's bowing. And maybe your windows just aren't being efficient anymore, and you're wasting a lot of money on AC. I can tell you, it's terrible when the windows aren't good. And then even your patio or your deck, maybe you want to get that redone this year. A&S Construction can help. And right now, you can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. Call Sandra. Get a quote. Have her come on out. Actually, maybe you just worried that your roof is leaking or you have some trouble. Just have her come out. She'll have a look. You may need to get some work done. You may not. She will let you know for sure. She's a great person and a huge, very dedicated to the community. Sorry, I couldn't think of the words I was trying to say. All right, let's move to another market maker besides A&S Construction. Kate and her dad wanted to start a business together when he retired, but they weren't sure what they wanted to do. They researched and found Minuteman Press, and the opportunity to help support local businesses was just the thing they were looking for. I don't even know what happened to her thing. So, popped right out. Let's get Kate's video up. This is awesome. Okay, here we go. Here with Kate. This is the beautiful conference room at the offices on Bentz.
The office is at
Bentz.
But it is on Bentz.
Offices at Bentz. Yes, beautiful space. You're in a lot of things. Core, right now, you are part of Minuteman Press.
Yes. In 2017, my dad and I bought the already existing Minuteman Press that was in Frederick, and we were in a separate location, in a different location, and then we moved it into our building. I would say that was 2020.
So I didn't realize, so you guys had been in this building since 2020.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Toward the end of 2020, we kind of were like, should we?
Yeah, right.
Things are weird, and then, but it just worked out.
So when you moved in, it didn't look like this, though.
Actually,
or did it?
When we moved in, and I wish I knew the architect's name, but the person who designed this building made it this industrial-looking space. It looked like this when we bought it.
What?
Yeah, it was. We walked in and we were like, "How has this building been here?"
The vibe in here is so you guys must have walked in here and went, "Oh gosh."
Yeah,
this
we
is our
loved it.
place.
We were like, "Well, we weren't planning on spending quite this much
money,
money,
yeah,
but here we are." And so, and it's been wonderful. We've had great tenants. The building just has a good vibe,
Yes.
like aesthetically a good vibe, but like also our tenants are a good vibe, and being like a part of the Frederick. networking community. I just wanted to like have a place where people come collaborate. We just have great people in this building. And I was like, let's have a co-work space where people can like start, and then whether they grow into our building or another building in Frederick or whatever, we can all collaborate. I wanted to create a space where people come in and they're like, oh, hey, like, how was your weekend? And we kind of know each other.
It feels that way.
Yeah.
It feels that way when you walk in here. So you guys have succeeded with that.
Thank you.
Previous to the printing and buying this business with your dad, what are you doing?
So, so my dad was in like the biotech industry.
Okay.
So when he retired from Thermo Fisher. And we'd always talked like, oh, we're gonna go into business one day. And so we started to look at franchise, and Minuteman Press is a franchise, and it's a great franchise. We love the corporate guys, although they really let us do our own thing, which is really nice. So every Minuteman is different. I actually worked with at-risk youth, kind of on a whim. A friend of mine was a teacher at Shepherd Pratt Institution. I started working with at-risk youth there, and I loved it. I worked in residential treatment centers for years. I ended up moving to Los Angeles. We had 4 facilities. One was like a walk-in shelter for kids who were like in the system. And then there was kids who weren't actually like foster kids in the system. We had a facility for them. Then we had kids who needed a place long-term. They could stay for years. We had a house for them. And then there was a transitional age youth, so 18 to 21. And our big thing was like having them in like houses as much as possible. It's great. I did that kind of work for a decade. I loved it. Once my son was born, I think I need to take on something that is a little bit less like heart-wrenching, on like a daily basis. And my dad and I kind of started talking about, okay, well, what can we do? And so, so I'm in California, he's here, he's ready to retire, and he stumbled upon Minuteman at a franchise expo. Once we learned more about it, we liked it, they're super hands-off. One thing that we really wanted to do was like provide something useful for people. We wanted to have like service, services that businesses need. I grew up in Frederick, so I went to Brunswick High School, and I love Frederick. I always knew I would come back. I moved out to Los Angeles knowing that I would end up back in Frederick. We've come a long way. It's been great. Because we do everything from like business cards and brochures to banners, yard signs or whatever. Then we have apparel and promotional goods. Like we can do work for every person, every business. Print sales are only growing.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
No doubt.
We've been very lucky. I should knock on wood, but it's been good.
Yeah, no doubt in my mind. What's been the biggest challenge for Minuteman?
I would say the biggest challenge is online competitors. We actually have a wonderful relationship with all the print shops in Frederick. Sometimes it'll be like, oh no, like we have our machine went down, and they'll call and say like, oh my God, we need some help with this or whatever, and we help each other out, which is really lovely. Yeah. I think our prices, I haven't ever priced stuff out with them, but I think our prices are all pretty similar from what I've gathered. You get things like Vistaprint, all those like online things, and you can get things for less there. We fortunately do get a lot of clients coming in, which we don't like for them to have had a bad experience. But they come in and they'll be like, my logo isn't even on here, and it's like, because it wasn't screened in the right way with the digital setup of things. But again, like people go in and they'll want something cheap and quick and this and that, and then it'll come, and if it's good enough, great, and if it's not, then they come to us, and then they're in a rush and they're panicked and whatever, and we might not be the cheapest guys in town, and we're certainly not going to compete with internet pricing. We simply can't. The way that they do things, they have just huge orders that they bulk up and they run differently in ways that we just simply can't do it. We are the relationship. Like that's what it is for us. we know our customers. We have relationships with them. We anticipate their needs, and we try and figure out what they really need. And we are here when they're in a pinch, and they need help. We don't love to do those last minute jobs because they're stressful and they're stressed. And the Frederick community is I just think it's unique. I feel like, it's a bunch of, good people, good business people who want to work together and want to collaborate and want to stay local with things. I'm proud of our products. They, and if we ever do make a mistake, we always fix it. We always, make sure that we make it right.
Yeah, and that's tough, right? Because that's sometimes the initial relationship build,
yes,
right? So you've just met somebody, you're quoting something, they're like, oh, well, I can get it for blah, blah, blah.
Totally.
So they haven't yet understood the value of what you guys
provide
provide
they're
yet.
Like, who are these guys? We've never worked with them. Unfortunately, our Google reviews, give us a lot
Yes.
of help there. I am so blessed with my team, and I know other Minutemen owners, and we all have struggles with just business struggles that everybody has. But one thing that I really don't have an issue with is my team. Like I trust them, I rely on them, so I can go out and do other things that I need to do to bring in more business, and know that when I get a new client and I pass it on to them, that they're going to be taken care of.
And that's awesome. But if there's just one thing people watching take away about bringing their stuff here, what would that be?
I mean, simply just you're in great hands. I mean, I have two talented graphic designers on staff. So, if you have something already designed, it's going to come in, it's going to be looked at by someone, not me, who is, a talented expert, in what you're looking for. And, and if there's ever a question, if something looks off or gets sent off, we communicate back and forth. We'll print a sample and be like, I just want to make sure these colors are right, it's coming through. Sometimes fonts get lost, and but they'll know, they'll recognize it, and they'll go in, and we send out proofs for that reason. So you're just in good hands. We want, if we give you something and it doesn't look good, then that business doesn't look good. That that could hurt that business, and that's a huge responsibility on us.
Sure.
We want them to look their best. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's really good. If people want to do business with you and have some stuff that needs to be done, what's the easiest way for them to reach out?
So you could call us or email, I would say, is the best way. I have a production manager and a customer service rep up front, and she's office, kind of assistant manager organizer. So between the two of them and the designers, we'll get y'all set and ready to roll. And sometimes it's just, we have a large client, and just to talk to them recently, they love just the ease of working with us. When they need a new thing, or they need a reprint, they just email right over. Hey, Brian. I just need 500 more of my brochures, and it's next thing
you can't do that on
done.
The internet.
You can't.
To a company that's faceless and you can't talk to.
And we love to talk to our. we really. We have clients who come in and they'll chat with us for a little while. We know about their lives and stuff. So it's great. It's great.
Is there any job that you've done that really stands out in your mind as to, even in the early days where you went, okay, this is really cool, I really love doing this?
Well, that's a good question. During COVID, we did a lot of stuff for local restaurants and the hospital and the health department. There were huge, I can't remember the size, they were 20 foot by 15, I don't even know, just huge banners that were on the hospital parking garage. So when you drove by, so it was oh, that's pretty cool.
When you drive by and you go, hey, I did that.
Yeah, and we've all been fortunate to have Frederick Health in the community.
Yes.
To see something like that we've done for the hospital is very cool. So just to feel like we were a part of this community, and we were helping. So that was cool. We can do, we do things obviously banners and whatnot, and printed materials, but because we do promo goods, we also get strange requests. So we got Pleasance called, and they're a large company, and they use huge machines, and they had a phone call could you get us squeezy stress relievers that are in the shape of a certain kind of bulldozer or something with our logo on it? And this was early on, and I was well, yes, I think I can. And it's one of those things where you just say yes and you'll figure it out later.
Praying.
But so I did research and found a vendor for those particular things, and got them here and got the logos on it, and it was a great order, and it was one of those things. So
that's awesome.
It's really never a dull moment. We get to print things for people's graduations and weddings, and on the sadder part of life, we get to help print funeral memorials and things that people come to us when they're in a crisis, and we take that very seriously, where we make it as easy as possible, and so that kind of stuff is huge, So
that's great. That's great. Well, look, being a part of this community is exactly what it is, right? It's being there when people need you, rising to the cause, and taking care of people here in Frederick. That's what Kate and the team at Minuteman Press do. Is your dad fully retired now?
Not yet. He's working on it. He wants to be. He said he wants to be by his birthday, which is August 22nd. So I gotta.
Okay. There we go. Well, right now you can come in and see Kate, maybe your dad, here at Minuteman Press. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. This has been great.
I want to thank Kate. Those offices, you got to check them out. And if you're looking for like a place to co-work or office space, I do think they might still have some available, but they've got a barber shop in there, chiropractor, Convoy Creatives, graphic design is there too. Frederick Lifestyle uses some of that space, so really, really fantastic. It's right at the kind of the corner of 7th and Benn Streets. You can check that out. Beautiful, beautiful space. All right, coming up tomorrow, Benny from BKG Media has been providing promotional items for companies for years. I chat with him about researching different opportunities and kind of what he's been working on. And Sharon at Collective Wellness has a chronic illness which went undiagnosed for years, but she knew something wasn't right. And she searched to find answers, and in that, she started her own business to help others through holistic things like massage and diet and all that great stuff. I could have talked to her for hours yesterday, and can't wait for you to meet her tomorrow. All right, we're on all the socials, so when you have a minute, please search and follow and subscribe. Don't forget YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by September. Need your help to do that. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Have an awesome Thursday. Let's get out there. Let's be great, Frederick.
Downtown.